Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal, and this is the reaction to the round of 16 draw. We are back playing the Europa League. We'll be back playing it sometime, was it like in 2 weeks time? But the draw is today. It's going to be very interesting to see which teams we face or which team we get to face. The question for the chat, let me know which team do you want us to face and which team do you want us to avoid. So the teams that are here, the teams we can't face, these are the teams that finished top of their group. So that is Arsenal, Fenerbahce, Real Betis, Union SG, Real Sociedad, Feyenoord, Freiburg, and Ferencvaros. Those are the teams we can't face. And for the unseeded teams, we can't also face Man United because they're both from England. So we can face only 7 of those 8 teams. Juventus, Sporting, Shakhtar, Union Berlin, Leverkusen, Sevilla, and Roma. So it's not easy teams. Man United have already beaten Barcelona, so they've already had a tough game. So they might end up with a very easy game this time around, like a Ferencvaros or something like that. But for us, we can end up with a very tough team. We might face Juventus, we might face Sevilla, experts in the Europa League, blah, blah, blah. So let me know which team you want us to face and which team you want us to avoid. Again, we can't face Man United because we're both from England. So Juventus, we have a little business to settle with the likes of Vlahovic there. Shakhtar, we have a bit of like 85 million business to settle with them. With Mikhailo Mudryk, you have something to deal with there. Mourinho, we might have something to settle with Mourinho as well from Roma. Sevilla have not really played them recently. Leverkusen, I don't remember us playing them recently as well. Union Berlin, I don't think we've played them. Sporting, I remember playing them like a few years back. Juventus, it's been long. And yeah, those are the 7 teams we can face. Let me know which ones you want us to face and which ones you want us to avoid from those 7 of those 8 teams. We can't face Man United. We are both from England. So ideally, I'd want Man United to face like a Real Betis, but I have a feeling they're going to get an easier fixture since they beat Barcelona last time out. Let's see. The draw has not started. The draw starts like in 15 minutes. So let me know which teams you want us to face and which teams you want us to avoid. Good luck to the Gunners. Bring on any team. Cornelius is happy with any team. I don't know. I feel like we need like I want us to play a team we've never really played before. That is what I usually want in FA Cup draws, Europa League draws, and all that. Also facing a tough team. I mean, it's better to face a tough team right now than in April because I don't want us to play Juventus on a Thursday and play Man City on a Sunday, then play Liverpool on a Wednesday. I don't really want that. I want our players to be fresh. It depends on how seriously we take this competition. Again, do you believe we can win both competitions? Do you think we can win both the Premier League? We can compete or fight for both of them, Premier League and Europa League, or do you just want us to focus on the Premier League? It also depends on that. Which kind of lineup will you go for? I want Sporting Lisbon says promise. not a bad game. Beryl says, good day, how are you as well? Sevilla, Sheena's won Sevilla. They're a good team. They're a very good team as well. Leverkusen says, Ozele, those German teams are no joke, by the way. I mean, I think they won the Europa League last season. They're no joke. Mönchengladbach, is it Mönchengladbach? Yeah, the German, not Mönchengladbach, Frankfurt won the Europa League last season, a German team. So they're not a joke out there in Germany. Also, we'll be playing Shakhtar. Let's hope so. I'll definitely take that fixture. I want us to repay the Mudryk deal. They didn't give us Mudryk, so I want us to smash them 5 or 6 goals. Sevilla, says Joshua. We've played almost every one of them there, but the last time we played them, lost a long time ago. I can't remember us playing Union Berlin. That must be years ago, before we were ever born. I don't remember us playing Union Berlin. Roma, yes, we played Roma. I remember us, we beat them on penalties like around 2010 or 2009. Sevilla, I can't remember. Leverkusen, I can't remember. Shakhtar, we've played them. Sporting, we've played them recently. Juventus, I can't remember what time we played them. What a double that would be, Premier League and Europa League. I mean, you do have to get easier fixtures if you're going to go for both. Like if you win both of them and then you face Juventus in the round of 16 and then you face Man United in the quarterfinal and then you face another tough team in the semi-final and then you have to beat Man City and Liverpool in the league and you win all of those games. It's going to be hard to win all of those games. But if you can win both of them, that would be amazing. If we are in April and we are in both competitions still fighting for the Premier League and fighting for the Europa League, that would be great. Shakhtar says, Faith, Raymond is confident that Arsenal will win the Premier League and the Europa League. Promises Juventus, Sporting, Sevilla, Monaco, German side. Monaco is not there. Monaco is eliminated. We are ready to face every team, says Ericsson. I still prefer to avoid teams like Juventus right now. But again, if you're going to win the competition, obviously you have to beat these teams. I prefer Shakhtar to conclude on unfinished business, especially at the Emirates Stadium, says Bedell. Yes, the Mudryk business. They refuse to give us Mudryk, so we need to imagine if you face them that like literally a month after the transfer window. That would be crazy. So we are not playing these Europa League games until next week. We have Everton on Wednesday, so the Europa League will be in the following week. So about 13 days from now, that is when you're going to play. I think that will be 9th of March. That is when you're going to play the first leg. And obviously, when you finish second, when you finish first in your group like we did, we are going to play against you're going to go away first, and then in the second game you're going to be at home. So I think that is also a benefit. You're going to go away first to one of these teams, and then they're going to come to our place. Between Juventus and Nantes, we can't play Nantes. Nantes are not even there. So you're going to play Juventus from that. Nantes were eliminated yesterday. How are you doing? So these are the teams, in case you're just joining again, these are the teams that are there. So these are the teams that are in our, we are the seeded teams: Arsenal, Betis, Real Sociedad, Freiburg, Fenerbahce, Union, Feyenoord, and Ferencvaros. These are the teams we can't face. We can't face any of these teams because we're basically in the same pot, in the same side. But from the unseeded teams, we can't also face Man United because we're both from England, but we can face any of the other 7 teams: Juventus, Roma, Sevilla, Union Berlin, Leverkusen, Shakhtar, Sporting. We can face any of those teams. 2 Italian teams, Juventus and Roma. 2 German teams, Union Berlin and Leverkusen, and then Sevilla, Spanish team, a Portuguese team, Sporting, and also Ukrainian team, Shakhtar Donetsk. The Europa League this season looks like it's very competitive. I remember this stage of the tournament, like the 5-6 years we've been in the Europa League, we played teams from Kazakhstan, we played teams from Bulgaria. We usually play some teams that we've never had from before. This time, the Europa League has a lot of teams that we had from. Even some people who look at Union Berlin like, nah, you can face Union Berlin. Union Berlin, on the same number of points as Bayern Munich in the league. Union Berlin are 3rd in the Bundesliga, and they're on the same number of points as Dortmund and Bayern Munich. So they're no joke as well. Like, they have a chance of winning the Bundesliga this season, Union Berlin. We know Sevilla is very good in the Europa League. Juventus, I mean, Juventus is not the same Juventus they used to be before, but recently they've kind of upped their game. Obviously, Di Maria scoring a hat-trick yesterday, but it's still not to be 100% right about Juventus trashing us or anything like the time they had the likes of Ronaldo or anything like that. And then Sporting, Shakhtar, I'd be happy with any of them. If we're given any of those teams, I'd be happy with that. So those are the teams we can face apart from Man United. Let's see. Nicholas says, good luck. Let's hope we get a good draw. RK, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Anyone? Lee says he's happy with anyone. Bring them on. Azela says, also tell me how many times have we been going through these stages, and the last time we failed to go through this stage? Yeah, it's been long. We usually, I think it was Olympiacos. It's actually not that long time ago, Zele. I think Olympiacos eliminated us from the round of 16. That was right before COVID. I think 2020 January, February there. Right before COVID, we got eliminated from the Europa League by Olympiacos in the round of 16. But apart from that season, we went all the way to the final in 2019 to face Chelsea. We went all the way to the semis, faced Atletico Madrid. We went all the way to the semis again and faced Villarreal. Like, we usually do well in this tournament, but we've still not won it. Like, we usually get to the semi-final or final and you never win it. So if we can win it this time, I'll be so happy, man. That was my target this season. At the beginning of the season, I said Arsenal will finish third in the Premier League, and I want us to win the Europa League. That is what I wanted at the beginning of the season. I didn't know we were going to be top of the table since August until March, February period. So obviously things have changed. Now we are fighting for the Premier League, but the Europa League would have been so good to win as well. Or it's still so good to win. We have the confidence to play with any of them. We are good to go, says AD. Draw to be done. The draw will be done in the next 10 minutes. At what time? 10 minutes from now. I mean, I say 10 minutes from now. They've already started talking, but sometimes they talk and talk and talk. They'll tell you the rules, so it can take 5 minutes. It can take 10 minutes. Let's just wait. Yes, I am. I wish Arsenal all the best, says Bullis. We're okay to face anyone, says Hassan. Okay, okay, you're okay to face anyone, but if you're to avoid one team, if you're asked, you had to answer this question, one team to avoid, which one would you say? Okay, fine, we don't have to play this one, we'll play them some other time. Which one would you want to avoid? Personally, I'd say Juventus because I feel like it's too early, and they do have the quality, man. They have World Cup winners in that team, the likes of Di Maria. So yes, they were deducted points and everything, and they're like on the bottom half of the table in the Serie A, but still, they're a very good team. Maybe the reason I wouldn't mind facing anyone right now is because of our fixture list in the Premier League. We have good 6 fixtures in a row, like Leeds, Everton, Bournemouth, all those teams, Crystal Palace. So it wouldn't be too bad to face Juventus on a Thursday and then face Leeds on the weekend. But if it was like April or something, it would have been different because you'll have Man City, Liverpool, Newcastle. I wouldn't want to face Man City on a Sunday and then play Juventus on a Thursday, and then that very next weekend we play Liverpool away. That would be tough. Players would get tired. You'd have to rotate. If you win all those 3 games in a row, then you're probably the best team in the world. So I guess it's not the worst time to face any of these teams because we have a good fixture list in the Premier League, and we're also not in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. So it's not the end of the world if you get any. And hopefully Man United can get a good team as well, because yes, they beat Barcelona yesterday, but look at the teams Man United could face. They can't face Arsenal. I don't even know if they can face Sociedad because they're in the same group. Maybe I'm not sure about that one. Real Betis, maybe. Freiburg is also doing well in the Bundesliga. From the last time I checked, I don't know how good they've done the last 2 weeks, but they could face Feyenoord, Fenerbahce, Union SG, Ferencvaros. So Man United literally can get easier teams than us. But I guess that's because they beat Barcelona, so they kind of deserve to get an easier draw now. We are set to play with any team, says Gray. Juventus, says Hakim. No problem in avoiding that one. Shakhtar, please, says Ahmad. Any club they bring, I'm confident on your boys, says Bash. I want Shakhtar as well, says Musa. Okay. For me, I want either Shakhtar unfinished business with them. I want Shakhtar or Sporting. And I know Mourinho. I know if you face Mourinho and Roma, Mourinho always finds a way to turn up against Arsenal. You know, he'll always find a way to turn up against Arsenal. I'm sure Mourinho wants to face Arsenal. He just wants to. He just doesn't like Arsenal, Mourinho. So he probably wants to face us. Keep sending in your messages as you wait for them to talk and talk and talk. Any club they bring, let's see. All the best. Juventus or Sevilla, says Sheriff. I don't think Sevilla is too bad facing Sevilla. I'd take that. It's not the Sevilla that had Unai Emery. Sevilla have won like 4 of the last 8 Europa Leagues or something. Any team Arsenal face, I mean, good luck to Arsenal. Yeah, but it's going to be very busy the next few weeks. The Europa League is now back. We are going to play Leicester this tomorrow, actually. We are going to play Everton on Wednesday. We're going to play Bournemouth the very next weekend. They're going to start our Europa League campaign, restart our Europa League campaign that following Thursday. And then you're going to play another league game. And then you're going to play Europa League again that midweek. And then Premier League again. So it's going to be busy. It's going to be bad. That is where we need Jesus back. That is where we need Thomas Partey back. That is where we need Jorginho to keep on firing. If he can hit a ball like that every single game, I'll be very happy. We need players like Fabio Vieira to up their game for the last 3 months of the season. We need him at the top of his game. We need everyone. We need Ben White. We need Tomiyasu. We need Tierney. We need Zinchenko. We'll need to see Kier as well. He'll have to play a few of those games. You can't just play him in every we can't play Gabriel in every single game there. We have to rest him maybe once or twice or something like that. Kira has to play. Maybe he'll have to play Holding. It's very interesting to see how seriously Mikel Arteta will take this Europa League. I really want to see that. So if we are playing Juventus on Thursday and playing Liverpool on a Sunday, how seriously will he take the competition? Will he rest players? Will he play everyone? Let's see which kind of lineup he puts out when you go away in 2 weeks' time away to one of those teams. Let's see. And then from the quarterfinal, if we win our round of 16 game from the quarterfinal, we can face anyone. You can come up against Man United and all those teams. Anyone we can face. So maybe around 5 minutes to go until the draw. See, hope everything goes well, says Hassan. For me, Juventus, no problem, says Emmanuel. It's for me, if it's Juventus, no problem. So Emmanuel is happy even if he faces Juventus. I have a feeling that is what they're going to give us. We never have kind of that luck during these stages. With us, never. Maybe once or twice, yes. There's a time in the Champions League you got to Monaco and they still beat us. We wanted to get to Monaco and you got to Monaco. Usually the teams that we don't want are the teams that we usually get. Most of us want Shakhtar and Sporting. We're probably not going to get that. I'd be happy if we get that, but it's obviously going to be like a Juventus or a Roma. They want to give us a tough team. But it's also great to test how we are, like what level we are right now. We've been doing very well in the Premier League, so let's start testing ourselves against these teams that are usually in the Champions League, I guess, and see if we are ready to go back to the Champions League. Champions League is no joke. I'm so happy that we're probably going to return to the Champions League next season. I don't even think probably. I think we're definitely going to be in the Champions League next season. If we finish 5th, so that would be a disaster of disaster. So I think we're definitely going to be in the Champions League next season. So we're going to come across teams like Real Madrid and those guys. Your boys are confident. Face anyone. It's not just about confidence. My problem is not I think Juventus is going to beat us, or I think Roma is going to beat us. No, that's not my problem. The problem is the fixtures, too many fixtures, too many hard fixtures in a row. That is my problem. I'm not. If you're playing Juventus and then resting for a week, I'd be like, yes, give us Juventus and give us Real Madrid the next week. We'll beat any of them. But I'm just saying in terms of players, like our fitness, which players are going to play, which teams are going to, which players are going to play every single game. I can see Saka playing every single game here, Europa League, Premier League. It's just about player protection. It's not that I fear any of the teams, no. From there, I don't think there's a team that is favorites, but if they're to rank favorites, probably my United, Arsenal, Juventus will be in the top 3 to win the competition. So I don't think that would be a disaster. Let me check live updates. Yeah, it should be starting soon. So yeah, we'll have a screen here that pops up with the team when it starts. I wish good luck and I wish victory to Arsenal. Says Kama, let's see which teams we'll face. I really hate when they keep talking, man. Just give us the draw. We already know the rules. Like they'll tell us about this team will face this one in the first leg, and then they'll have to go to their place in the second leg. We know all this stuff, man. But I guess they get new people watching every time, so they have to explain the rules anyway. So if there's a mistake, people get the mistake. Let's see which team we'll face and which team my United will face as well. good victory for them yesterday. They are very confident. They beat Barcelona, so they are flying right now. We could also end up facing them in the Europa League again. That would be interesting if we faced Man United in a final or something in the Europa League. That would be crazy. Man United against Arsenal in a Europa League final, and then we are still competing with them for the Premier League. That would be something crazy. Let's see. So in terms of favorites, in terms of votes, in terms of a certain site, Arsenal are expected to win the Europa League 25%. We have the favorites to win the Europa League. Man United at second with 17%. Roma third with 8%. Then Sporting 7%. Leverkusen, Juventus all on 7%. And the least favorites to win the Europa League are Shakhtar and Ferencvaros and Union SG as well. So Arsenal, according to some sites, Arsenal are favorites to win the Europa League 25%, followed by Man United 17%. I don't think it's yes, I think us and Man United are the best teams in the competition right now, alongside maybe Juventus. Let's see what happens. Bring any team, you're good to go. And to be champion, you must beat the champion, says Exodus. Yes, you can beat the champions, one of them, but you don't have to beat everyone. You know, there's a way you can actually end up facing Juventus in the round of 16, Man United in the quarterfinal, Roma in the semifinal, and another tough team in the final. That is a hard path. That is like I think that the time we won the FA Cup in 2015 or something. I think we played Man United, or 2014, somewhere there. We beat Liverpool. We beat Tottenham that same season in the FA Cup. We beat Everton. Like, we had some tough fixture lists that season, but we still won the FA Cup. We won every single game. Yes, you have to win these games if you're going to win the Europa League, obviously. Zoltan Guerra is doing the Europa League draw. Yeah, very few people will remember Zoltan Guerra. I used to watch him in 2007. But yeah, the draw will pop up here when the draw starts. So most of you want to avoid Juventus. Some of you are happy with getting Juventus. Most of you want to draw Shakhtar. We need to revenge them on not giving us Mudryk and stuff. Let's see what happens. Live updates. Let's see. Do this. Please give us AS Roma to revenge. AS Roma, why revenge? Revenge on who specifically? I don't remember us facing Roma recently. Maybe you're talking about Mourinho. Mourinho as a manager, yes. Mourinho gave us a hard time, man. Like, I'll never forget. Apart from Man United themselves, Mourinho gave me a hard time growing up watching Arsenal, facing all those teams. It was a tough time. Give us the draw. I don't care about Zoltan Guerra, man. Just give us the draw. Just let him do the draw. I don't care about Zoltan Guerra. We'll probably never hear from him again after today. Any team Arsenal face, I mean, good luck to Arsenal, and I wish victory to Arsenal. Hopefully, Kamara, hopefully. I'm still very confident you can beat any team that we get today. So, yes, and as I said, I think this is not the worst time to face any of these teams because we have a good run in the Premier League. We have a decent run in the Premier League, so facing any of these teams, no problem at all. So the draw will be starting shortly. I'm not the one who's delaying it. It's always UEFA who's delaying it. I'm taking their sweet time to tell us about their rules. They need to tell people these rules before the time of the draw, so that by the time we get to the draw, it's just about the draw, nothing else. So quick reminder before we get started again, the teams we can face... we can face either Sporting, Juventus, Shakhtar, Leverkusen, Union Berlin, Sevilla, Roma. Those are the teams you can face. We cannot face Man United for obvious reasons. We are both from England, so we can't face them. Let's see. I think Shakhtar will do for me, says Daniel. That would be perfect, but what are the chances you're going to get them? I really doubt you're going to get them. I know these people. I know exactly who you're going to get. You're probably going to get Juventus, or a team that a tough team, basically, a good test. Union Berlin is the first team out. So Union Berlin cannot take on Freiburg because they're both from Germany. So Union Berlin. So the draw started now. I'll be updating you. Union Berlin will take on which team? Union Berlin will take on Union SG. This is a Union derby. Union Berlin, Union SG is the first fixture. The second fixture, Sevilla. Sevilla is the next team that is drawn out. Who will they face? Obviously, they can face us. Let's see if you're going to get Sevilla. You're probably going to face them, aren't we? Thank you for the super chat, RK. I appreciate it. Sevilla will take on Fenerbahce. Sevilla against Fenerbahce. So we are not going to face Sevilla. We are not going to face Union Berlin. That is the second game drawn out. You can see the way it's going, huh? Juventus is still there. Arsenal is still there. You can see the way it's going. Roma is also still there. But Shakhtar and Sporting are also still there. The teams that we wanted are also still there. Let's see the third team. Man United also still not yet been drawn yet. The third team out is Juventus. Let's see. Let's see if it's going to be Juventus against Arsenal. Oh, please, no, not now. I know you people have said we can beat anyone, but not now. Come on, give me a fixture that's whatever. We are the best team in the world. Give me anyone, whatever. It's probably going to be us, isn't it? So it's going to be us. You know it's going to be us. Just Arsenal. Just give them Arsenal. We know it's going to be Arsenal. Juventus will take on. It's going to be Arsenal, isn't it? Oh, it's not Arsenal. Who? Juventus against Freiburg. Juventus will take on Freiburg from Germany. So we have avoided Juventus. We are not going to play against Juventus. That's the fixture everyone wanted us to play against the rival fans. So we are not going to play against Juventus. The fourth team drawn out, the fourth game, Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen is the next team out. Let's see which team Bayer Leverkusen plays against. It's probably going to be, it can't be us, can it? Okay, since we've avoided Juventus, I'd like to avoid Roma as well, but any other team, just give us any other team. Ideally, I want Shakhtar and Sporting, but let's see. Leverkusen will take on Ferencvaros. So Leverkusen will take on Ferencvaros. We are not going to play against Leverkusen neither. Both Arsenal and Man United are still there. 4 games out. Arsenal not yet. Man United not yet. The fifth team out of the fifth game will be between Sporting. Sporting is the team out. You can give us that one. I'd be happy with that one. They can face either Arsenal, Betis, Sociedad, or Feyenoord. The last time we played Sporting, I remember Welbeck. I think it was Welbeck who scored against them at their place. Sporting will take on Arsenal. There you go. Sporting against Arsenal. We have Sporting. We are going to go to Portugal, guys. We are going to Portugal. Sporting against Arsenal. That's not the worst fixture. That is not the worst fixture. I'm happy with that one. First leg away. Manchester United is the next team out. Which teams can they face? Give them a decent team, please. Give them Betis or someone. They can face Betis, Sociedad, or Feyenoord. Yeah, I think they're going to get a decent team. So they can actually face Sociedad again. They played them in the group stage. Give them Betis or Sociedad. Come on, give them a good team. I'm tired of them winning. Give them a decent team. Man United will take on Real Betis. That's good. That's a good game. That's a good game. Sporting against Arsenal, Man United against Real Betis. Yeah, those are good games. Those are good games. 2 more games to be drawn. 2 more games to be drawn. Man United wanted these easier teams. They wanted the likes of Ferencvaros and teams like that, but they've gotten Betis. AS Roma is the next team out. How do you guys feel about facing Sporting? Let me know. AS Roma will take on either Sociedad or Feyenoord. I'm pretty happy that draw. I wanted either Sporting or Shakhtar, so we got Sporting. I'm happy with that one. They're still a decent footballing side. I mean, they were in the Champions League, right? They were in the Champions League, and I think they were eliminated. Roma against Real Sociedad is the next game out. 1 more game to go. I guess we can guess it. Last game out. Hit the like button, by the way, if you think we're going to win the Europa League. Shakhtar Donetsk will take on Feyenoord. Feyenoord is the last team remaining, so Shakhtar will play against Feyenoord. Feyenoord, however you want to pronounce it. So that is the last game out. So the draw is done, guys. We didn't get Juventus, thank goodness. Listen, I'm not scared of Juventus. I just want teams that easier fixtures in the round of 16. You can deal with these teams in the quarterfinal and going ahead. So Union Berlin will take on Union SG. Sevilla will take on Fenerbahce. Juventus will take on Freiburg. Leverkusen against Ferencvaros. Sporting against Arsenal. Man United against Real Betis. Roma against Real Sociedad. Shakhtar against Feyenoord. So the first legs will be on 9th of March. That is not going to be next week. That will be 13 days from now. 13 days from now, we'll be traveling to Sporting to play Sporting away from home. And then they'll be at the Emirates for the second leg. So if you can get a win at Sporting or don't lose at Sporting, bringing them back to our place, I think that would be a great game for us. So I'm happy that draw. I'm sure most of you are happy that draw as well. I'm also happy that Man United got to Betis and they didn't get like a Ferencvaros or a Union SG or something stupid like that. No disrespect to those teams, but yes, it's Sporting against Arsenal. Pretty happy that draw. We'll have some more news later on through the day. Ozole says, I'm very happy because at least in Portugal, we have some good record, really. I'm just happy. Yes, we didn't play Benfica in Portugal, but we played Benfica like 2 years ago. We beat them. I remember last minute goal. I remember some fixtures against FC Porto as well. I remember a game against Braga as well. I remember playing Sporting 3-4 years ago. I appreciate it, Samuel. Thank you for watching. Abedin says nice. So we'll break this game down. We'll need to take a look which team you're going to play right after Sporting. Is it? I'm not sure. I don't know if it's Crystal Palace or Fulham. We're going to play one of those teams after traveling from Portugal. So I don't think that is the worst. So that is a draw. Thank you guys for watching. Arsenal will take on Sporting in the round of 16, 13 days from now. And the return leg will be 20 days from now. Let's hope we can go far in this season's Europa League competition.